like 295 pounds, I'm 270, we are made of different stuff, right? Because he's only 25 pounds more than I am. Clearly, we are made differently. So I was like, all right, well, that's not for me, right? Sometimes it's just not in the cards. So I was a little bit successful, but I decided that's not my thing. I also always wanted to be a comedian. So I decided to do a little stand-up. I helped other comedians write some of their own material. I helped write a pilot for a TV show. I got into a few film festivals, and actually my first date with my wife, almost 4 years ago now, it was the finals of one of these film festivals, and I promised to have her home by like 11 o'clock. I got her home like 3:30 in the morning. I promised the date would be 2.5 hours, it was 6 hours. I thought I messed up. 0. Turns out I went all right. That night, I met a guy named Anthony Daniels. That's him right there. I wish this was bigger, I'm sorry guys. Anthony, I can send it to you. So he has blood cancer. Blood cancer is like lymphoma, Hodgkin lymphoma, leukemia, that kind of stuff. He had found a donor, which is like bone marrow, and the donor disappeared on him. So I was like really inspired to try to help him, right? So I started this movement called Got Cheeks, and it's called Got Cheeks because you don't need money, you don't need status, it doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter how tall you are, as long as you have cheeks you can help because I need a bone marrow. I need a cheek swab to see if you're compatible for bone marrow. So I called it hashtag Got Cheeks, right? And everyone thinks when you say Got Cheeks, everyone knows what you think about. So that was the point, to start a conversation piece, right? So I was like, oh, this shirt says Got Cheeks, what is that? So it worked. And actually, I said it doesn't matter what race you are. That's actually not true. I targeted the minority community on purpose, actually, in a lot of my things because the minority community is super represented on the donor lists. There's a lot of cultural misconceptions about like what's going to happen with your DNA, and some Asian cultures think that like it takes a part of your body, and like so we had to do a lot of like education, but we ended up saving over 1,800 people. So, well, that's hyperbole. We found 1,800 matches. I don't know if I saved 1,800 people, but we found matches for a little over 1,800 people that wouldn't have found matches. And then, so part of my cancer story is when I was in the hospital and I was in remission, but my nurse used her phone in my room, and she put the phone on my blanket, and right where she picked it right back up, put it in her. She took it out of her bra, sent the text, put it down, picked it back up, put it away. And where she put the phone, I got MRSA, which is medically resistant staph aureus. It's a really bad staph infection. So, but this nurse was awesome. She was like 50-year-old lady from Jamaica. She was like growing up in Flatbush, like I know little patois, like we used to talk all the time, like it was fun. She was great. She really helped me, and I didn't want to sue her, and I didn't want to sue the hospital because I knew if I sued the hospital, she was done. Her head was going to roll. She was the one that was going to go down for it, right? And I had prostate cancer, so I don't know if you're really familiar. Prostate cancer was a very personal kind of cancer for a man. She helped me in ways that a nurse doesn't have to help me, and she did anyway. So I said, you know what? I'm going to solve this problem instead of sue this lady. So I developed a cell phone case that kills germs, and now I sell in the hospitals, right? So that could never happen again as long as the hospital workers use my cell phone. I'm trying to change policy all over the country. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I haven't fully changed policy yet. Is it working? Yay! All right, we're good. Where there's a will, there's a way. Now you can really see how big that thing was. It's a very big thing. So that was my website. That's Got Cheeks. And I don't know if anybody, you guys know that guy? Is that Hercules? Anybody know Hercules Reed? No, he was the SGA president of City Tech. So he used to come down on my events. He comes down on Wednesdays sometimes, brings some people. All right, why we're here, right? And why did I tell you all those things? So why does it matter what my personal story is? Well, like I told you, I came from a place that was not normal. It was very abnormal. The things that we thought were normal were just not normal. So, and I had this disproportionate positive view of the world because I grew up in the hood. All my friends carrying guns. They used to just go rob stores. Like actually, a story that I used to tell all the time. One of my really good friends, we were all chilling in the corner when we were doing playing dice, and he had 4 younger siblings, 2 older siblings. They were essentially babies. His mother was, on crack and really messed up. And his father the same. He hadn't seen his mother in like 2 weeks. He used to go to the corner store, rob the corner store, get diapers and money, formula, come back, and feed his siblings. He goes into the store one day and he goes, "Hey, you want to look out for me when I get out?" I started walking up the block and I said, "You know what? Nah." Because I saw his pant leg was really straight, and I was like, "No, you have a very good one in there. I'm not going with you." He brought my friend Lamont. They go, they make sure that the store's empty. Lamont stands outside, Kevin goes inside. Lamont stands outside, Kevin goes inside. He takes out the shotgun and says, "Run the register." It was a normal thing, the store got robbed all the time. No one was freaking out, it just was whatever. The store got robbed all the time, it was like, okay, just give him the money. He says, "Yo, throw me a cigarette." Just throw him a cigarette, waiting for the money. This old lady comes from around the back of the store, and she taps him on the shoulder and says, "I know you're a mother, young man." He turns around like this, like he got scared because he didn't think anyone was there. Gun here in the face, blow it up. Right? So now he's a murderer, everyone hates him. 16 years old, life's real, right? So this is where I come from. This, even though that was terrible, it was very normal for my friends to go into a store with a gun and rob it. Because they didn't have any diapers or money or food or anything for themselves or for their siblings. Because the projects in the 80s, it wasn't so bad before crack. 86, crack came out, the streets was crazy. Your neighbors went from poor people to crackheads, and it was a very different atmosphere. So I had this disproportionately positive view of the world where, as long as I get out of here, everyone out there is okay. And little did I know that corporate America is just like the streets. Ain't no difference. And as a matter of fact, it's harder in the streets, because in the streets you can check somebody. Someone says something, someone does something, you go to them and check them. You can't do that in corporate America. And you horrify people when you walk into their room, when you walk into their office, slam the door, "What the fuck did you say?" And they're like, "Whoa, post security." And I'm like, wait, we're just settling a debate. And they're like, no, you're threatening me. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I had this very aggressive, I'm from Brooklyn, it might take some getting used to kind of thing. And I had to really dial it back and understand what was going on. I also didn't have a ton of family. So, oh, you got me? Yeah. So I didn't have a ton of family. I overvalued my friendships. Now, what does that mean? It's fine to feel very close to your friends. But because all of us had very messed up home lives, we were each other's families. Once I went out into the world and interacted with people who had quote-unquote normal family structures, and had a father. My father left when I was 8, and I ended up some organic guy when I was 17. And my mom was heavily abused by him, and physically and emotionally, and she just slept for 4 years. She didn't go outside, she didn't my dad was crazy, he was making me nuts. And so my mom just slept for till I was 12. So I took care of my sister, and so my friends are my family, right? And you put a lot into people that are your family, that you see as family. Now, when someone else has family and you're their friend, they have a friend structure with you, but you have a family structure with them. So you are putting too much pressure on them, and you're expecting too much of them. Now, I'm not saying that you can't expect loyalty from your friends, and you can't expect love and whatever from your friends, but you can't expect family-type pressure that you would expect. Because you can kind of expect sometimes. Expecting is bad, but from family, you can kind of expect things sometimes just because that's your mom, and then what she's going to do. Yeah, you're going to watch my kid, I got to go out. But you can't do that with your friends because it's just inappropriate, right? So I didn't understand that. It took me to 30-ish, a little little over 30, to really understand, like, for a good part of my life, I was horrifying people. I was just bulldozing situations, and people would either submit to the seeming aggression that I exposed, or they would just avoid me. And I would just think like, oh, they're just real screwed, weak-minded, I don't need to worry about them. No, I do need to worry about them because they're good people, and I'm horrifying them, right? I'm scaring them. And I'm saying, like, in the hood, when you say, yo, I'll punch you in your mouth, like, you may not actually punch them in the mouth, it's just like you're telling them to shut up. But when you say that outside of where I grew up, people think that you will commit violence against them. So I was saying and doing things that were highly inappropriate all the time. And I rose through the ranks in hotels, but I was dealing with people that, I guess, I kind of got lucky. I moved into revenue, which was just numbers. So as long as in sales, so as long as I produced, it didn't really matter how I interacted with people. As long as I was hitting my numbers, that's all that mattered. So I kind of skated by that way. But my personal relationship started to suffer, and my spending habits were directly correlated to how I was feeling, right? Like, I would get pissed off, I'd go buy 3 pairs of Jordans, and like, that's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. It makes me feel nice, but it doesn't make any sense. And so I was lacking a serious sense of emotional intelligence. I planned my wedding. People disappointed me terribly. I had a death in my family a decade ago. My grandpa died, and someone that was really, really close to me didn't call me, they texted me to say, I'm sorry. Now, I still think that that's kind of shit. However, all they were doing was telling me what position I'm occupying in their life. Now, that's not from oh, well, whatever, now I know. No, now I just know. Now I understand. We've grown up. I was 28, 27 at the time. We had known each other since we were like 11. And people just kind of grow apart sometimes. So she was letting me know what place I occupy in her life. She was letting me know what place I occupy in her life, and that's fine. I reacted very poorly. You're disrespecting me, you should call me, you should know better, yada, yada, yada. No, I should know better. I was still, if your friend's grandpa dies, call them. Unless they don't occupy that part of your life, and you want to let them know. So I didn't have the emotional maturity to like understand that, and we don't talk anymore because she was horrified by my response. Next slide. There's another thing that a lot of us, we judge ourselves based on our intentions, but the world judges us based on our actions. So if you're well-meaning and you think like, oh, that's not what I meant to do, that only matters to you because no one else is in your head. And why should they believe you? How are they to know? The only thing that they can prove that they can judge you based on is your actions. So your actions need to match your intentions. If your actions don't match your intentions, you actually to them lack integrity. You to them, as we say in Brooklyn, you're just shooting beans. Like your word is no longer good. Like you lack integrity because whatever you said you wanted to do or however you felt about that person, that's not what your actions reflect. So you're hurting your own image in the meantime. Now, whether you agree with him, whether you're on board with how he feels, if you want to understand how to effectively interact with other human beings, regardless of whether you agree with them or not, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Joe Rogan. Yeah. Watch the Joe Rogan podcast. Now, he has people on there.
He's hilarious.
That what?
Joe Rogan's hilarious.
He's a great comedian, but his interviewing skills are top notch. Now, if he has people on there that he disagrees with, people on there that I disagree with, but he is capable of having a civil discussion without yelling, without arguing, without hyperbole, without offending anyone, without cursing. I mean, cursing for the sake of using a curse word, not using a curse word at it, right? So watch the Joe Rogan podcast, and specifically watch the Joe Rogan podcast with someone on there that you don't agree with, like Ted Nugent or Alex Jones or whomever, Ben Shapiro or whomever the person is. He's got 1,184 podcasts to date. Someone on there will resonate with you. Watch that podcast. And I'm not saying that you need to agree with Joe Rogan or adopt his stances on anything in life. I'm saying if you want to watch effective communication amongst adult human beings, watch Joe Rogan. He is a master at it. I think potentially because he's been into martial arts his whole life and he knows how to control himself, or he's just a really cool guy, I don't know. But watch the Joe Rogan podcast. Now, the reason emotional maturity is really important is because, well, for a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is that you're always on stage. Constantly, you are always on stage, and I'm going to prove it to you. You young lady, you're on this side. You young lady, you're on that side. So we're going to play a game, and I'm going to prove to you that you're always on stage, but you will betray yourself. And yeah, you will. I'm going to show you. So the game, it's called the clap game. So I go like this. I put my hand down, and well, I'm going to point to a side, right? So this side, when I point to that side, it claps. When I point to this side, it claps. The only rule to the game is do not clap until my hand goes down, right? So if I go like this, you don't clap when it comes down. And it has to be in unison. It shouldn't sound like applause. It should go, right? So we'll do one practice round, just so everyone's like, I'm going to move there. So I make sure that everyone's on the same page. You ready? All right. All right. Better. That was one mistake, so that's how it works. Those are the rules, right? You get it? Everyone knows the rules now. Everyone knows the game. All right, you get three strikes. You ready? One strike for both sides. Well, the reactions, yes, but so there's 4 roles in this game every single time. There's one person who's like too cool for school, they're like this stupid fat. So as you saw, when mistakes happened, there was less and less claps because people withdrew. There were some people who were like, I saw you clap once, you ever said right? So you became the person who will. So 2 others, even if this is not you, 2 others, you became the person who will rap. Now, some of you were like helpful and like, okay, right? So you 2 others, you now became a team player. And some of you just withdrew and I'm not gonna pay attention to anyone. I'm not gonna let anyone else take me. Right? And like, so those are the 4 rules every single time there are, and I'm not gonna say anything point to other people up. No. I just pointed to the room. So, but you need to be, so they always say fake it till you make it, right? Now, I agree that you need to dress for the job you want, don't dress for the job you have. I agree that we need to show the world a certain side of ourselves and give them a package so that we're the best version of ourselves. However, do never be disingenuous because you will betray yourself. At some point, you will let your guard down like you did here because it was fun, and all of you showed your true colors. And there's nothing wrong if you're the person that's like, oh my God! Now, all that means is that you have attention to detail. Okay, so if you noticed who messed up, now you can become a really good coach, or you can become a rep. Yes. It depends. Who you are is not bad. If you're the person who was like too cool for school, okay. Well then pick an industry to go into where too cool for school is okay. Whatever that is, right? But you have to own and understand who you are and be genuine. Again, fake it till you make it is fine, dress for the job you want, but never be disingenuous. Never blatantly lie. It just doesn't help you. And one day, like in this silly little game, you will betray yourself. And once you do, you lack credibility and no one believes you anymore. And that's the worst. Because you know when your parents would say, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed? Lacking credibility and integrity, people are disappointed. You don't make them angry, you make them disappointed. And if you do make them angry, which is very easy because how many people How many people have walked through the subway where like someone didn't hold the door and you immediately want to stab that person in the neck? Now, are you a murderous individual who wants to commit homicide on a daily basis? No, but that one little thing was like, ah! And now you want to kill that person. You're not going to do it, hopefully. You're not going to do it, but you have that feeling. So you never want to be the person that creates that feeling in another person, right? And if you do, you want it to be completely by accident, you want to own it and apologize for it, right? So I was saying before, like personal finance and spending is related to self-esteem. Like, how many people in here would, if I had a nice shirt, and I said, go sit in that corner for 12 hours, and after those 12 hours, I'll give you the shirt. You'd be like, bro, you're stupid. However, you just traded 12 hours of your time with money for that shirt in a store. So like, personal spending and emotional maturity is very, very tied. Like when my father died, I had irrational behavior. I was 17 years old, and my behavior was irrational at the time. I can admit it now. I moved out of my house when I was 16. I was like selling drugs and that's what I thought was normal. Like that's what we did. We were all strong. So I moved out of the house. I was selling drugs. So I started having parties at my house, and I was acting irrationally and like spending money and not saving, and so whatever's going on in our life affects us. And now that we're moving into the adult world, I mean, some of us been in the adult world for a little while, but now that we're moving into the adult world and money and stuff, accountability is 100%. There's no more of that like, oh, I'll get over it. No, you have a job, you're in the adult world, like you're accountable 100% now. So when people you work with, when superiors see that you're acting irrationally and potentially not, maybe you're not acting irrationally, you're just acting passionately, right? Like, we need to be controlled at work. At home with your friends, you do whatever you want. Listen, when you're with your grandma, you don't talk to your grandma the same way you talk to your homies outside. There's a time and a place for everything. So if you're not packaging that up the right way, like I said, packaging is fine, just don't be disingenuous. If you're not packaging that the right way, a promotion is essentially you're in charge of more expensive stuff. That's what that is. You have more liability, you have more responsibility, you're in charge of more expensive things, for the most part. Or you will cost us more money if you screw up. So the emotional maturity and intelligence aspect is always tied to finance, even if you don't realize it. And I'm going to get to this later, don't take money personal. You see a lot of stuff on TV with like Donald Trump, like the taxes. Listen, I think Trump is the biggest piece of garbage I've ever seen in my life. However, I'm not emotional about his tax plan. I learned his tax plan, and then I play the games just like rich people do. There's no reason not to play the rule, not to learn the rules, play the game better. Play the game like rich people. There's no reason not to. Yes, if Donald Trump saves 18% of his taxes, for him that's like $400 million. For you, that's $11,000. But you know what? That's $11,000 that you're going to save if you are paying attention to your taxes, right? Next slide. I use it as a projector. All right, so the things that hold us back typically, if you guys want, I can send you these slides so that you can get it. So what holds us back a lot in personal finance and all those kinds of things is like fear of what we don't know. Like, how many people know their credit score? Your credit score. How many people know how your credit score is derived? Derived. Like how is your credit score built? Do you know how?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that your driving record affects your credit score?
Yes.
Most people don't. Do you know that like how much of your available spending limit should you have used at all times?
35%.
Oh, 30% is good. It's 40. 30% is even better.
She says, but,
Go with that. Go with that. Go with that. Technically, FICO wants 40. FICO is the biggest one. FICO says 40. How many credit lines do you have open at one time? Where the credit lines are from. So if you have a Victoria's Secret credit card, useless. Close it. Don't have it. Don't do it. Full Locker, no. But you can open a Sears card. You can open a Macy's card. Because those things you can buy appliances with, you'll have large credit limits. But you don't want 3 credit lines with like $250. So my credit score is 744, right? I opened just, and I betrayed my own thing, but like I was buying 6 pairs of Jordans, and granted I'm financially in a different place now. I was buying 6 pairs of Jordans. He was like, yo, you get 25% off with a Foot Locker card. And I was like, okay. 25% off was like $3,000. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
fine. So, but my available balance was only like $1,200. And I was like, wait. Like my Amex, I have an $80,000 limit. My other $10,000. So if I have a spending limit of $1,200, now that just screwed up all my ratios. Like I had 4 lines of credit before, now I have 5. But this added no available credit, so now it's just diminished by 20% the ratio. So it was a bad decision on my part. I don't use it anymore and I close it. Oh! Ta-da! Next slide, please. So what is money? Like, what is it? That is the proper yes. Practically, what is money? It's paper. That is another legal term. It's that.
It's a way of trading.
Fair. So go ahead. So that's the definition of like fiat currency. Yes. So but money is essentially leverage. That's all it is. If I have $5 and you have $100, you have 20 times the leverage that I do. That's it. Money's leverage. Do not see money as a thing to buy stuff. Like what did Kanye say? White people make money, never spend it. I'm gonna go buy change, get ignorant. Like, no, don't buy change and get ignorant. Make money, don't spend it.
What
Right?
about
So, food's fine. You need to buy all the good food you want. But don't buy frivolous, superfluous things. Because money is not a thing to buy stuff. Food is not stuff you need clothing, get socks, I support that. But it's just leverage. So the more money you have, the more leverage you have. Now, part of your credit score is how your income and how your life is leveraged. Now, if I make $30,000 and you make $30,000, but I have $800 in the bank and you have $10,000 in the bank, your credit score is higher because you have more leverage in buying stuff. It has nothing to do with how much money we make. It has to do with what kind of leverage we have, right? So that goes into something called like DTI, like debt to income ratio, which is lease a car. By the way, car, like what? What is an asset? What do you define as an asset? Technically? Yes. So at your age, an asset is something that brings in money. A house, not an asset.
It's the pen.
A house, sorry?
It's the pen.
So what?
It's a pen.
Yeah.
Because you can make a house. You can make a family house.
So, I was going to say it depends because, so a house can potentially increase your buying power, and if you buy a 2 or 3 family, yes, you can rent out part of it.
Yeah.
But if you are buying a house for you to live in, bad idea. Because one, you are tying up a massive amount of money. You could be investing that money in lots of different things, and you now have a massive liability on your balance sheet. Right? Your balance sheet is debits and credits, assets, liabilities. Right? So unless the thing is completely paid off and brings in money, it's not in the asset column. It's in the liability column. Now in commercials, real estate people will tell you, oh, a house is a huge asset. Go to an accountant and ask him which side of the balance sheet a house goes on. It goes on the liability side because you have to pay into it. Right? So unless it's bringing you money, jewelry is not an asset, cars are not assets, those things are not stocks, bonds, mutual funds, gold. Now, gold bullion, this is not an asset. This is just jewelry. Gold bullion, coins, gold coins, silver coins, like chunks of nickel, cotton, that kind of stuff, those are called commodities or assets, right? Buy those, sit on them. I bought some gold coins back in the day, they're worth a lot of money now. Those are assets. But the stuff here, this is not an asset. This is good. Oh, that's a whole. That's actually 6 hours on that. That's a very speculative. It's a very speculative. It's hard to hard to go over it this much time. Oh, right. So when I was telling you, don't get upset about money. There's a social engineering act. There's a reason that our budget is many times more than the next closest country's budget. America's budget is like 25 times the sum total of the entire EU. Not just one country, the whole EU. So it's larger than the sum total by many factors. And that's because we have social engineering built into our economy. Now, have inequalities and all sorts of things? Yes. But for the most part, most people don't take advantage of those social engineering things because they don't know the rules, right? So under this new tax plan, Trump has made tons of advantages for pass-through entities. A pass-through entity is a corporation. Any one of you can be a corporation. I'm a corporation. My name is Philip Caban. My corporation is Philip Caban LLC. Right? So when you pay me, it goes to my LLC, and then my LLC pays me. My LLC, my house is its own LLC. So my LLC rents office space from my house LLC, which then pays me to manage it, and all of that gets written off as expense income, as income expense, right? You can hire your children as long as they're over 7 years old.
Over 7?
Over 7.
But
She goes, hold on. You can hire your children, or anyone in your family, grandchildren, whoever, as long as they're over 7 years old, they can make up to, they used to be able to make $12,000, now they can make up to $22,500.
thousand?
Yeah, of course. But their income is a writable expense. And once you reduce your taxable income, you end up saving between 10 and 18%. So yes, you have to pay tax. Under 22,500, they don't have to pay tax. You have to pay employment taxes like workers' comp, Medicare, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But
The
difference, sorry?
I mean the PASCA, the FUTA, and the SUTA.
Yeah.
As an employee.
Yeah. So you save tons of money because you pay them $22,500, and if your income was $100,000, now you take out $22,500. Now you're paying tax on $78,000.
Oh, wow.
Right? That's a massive difference, and it's all about lowering your tax brackets. And I'm going to teach you ways to lower your tax. Go ahead.
Let me ask you something. So,
Go ahead.
when you said that you had everything on the corporation, how you do that? Like,
So I opened an LLC,
what?
and I opened an LLC, which is a corporation. LLC is a limited liability corporation. My LLC bought my car. However, my wife put the lease in her name first, and then my LLC bought it for her because it was used.
Oh,
Right? So not only did I buy it for less, and that difference is now a loss on her books, and now the asset is worth a certain amount. I'm going to teach you about leasing cars, but there's a whole strategy to it.
you can tell me.
So I will. She goes, no, keep going. So I'm going to teach you about something called subventing and reverse subventing. I'm going to teach you all this stuff. That's why I said there's a lot of information to it.
Okay.
So my LLC owns my car. Every single mile that I drive, 19 cents. Every single mile. Now that's low. If you have a sales job and you have a corporate car, it's usually like 54 cents a mile. But because it's my car, it's 19 cents per mile. So I drove here 12 miles today. I picked up my photographer. Every minute, every mile that I drive, 19 cents off. Every single mile. I have 32,000 miles in my car, times 19 cents. That's how much money is sitting in my car right now. Right? It's beautiful. Oh, max out your contributions. 401k, 403b, all that stuff. Max it out. I don't care if you tell me that you can't afford to save, you're lying, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if the government came up with a new tax tomorrow, you'd pay that shit. Right? Because you wouldn't have a choice. They would just take it out of your check. So, pretend like the government made up a new tax and pay yourself. right? It might seem hard, oh my God, I'm already don't make enough money. You know what? Your future self will thank your young self because you were young and strong, and yeah, you're a little cold, but you can take it because you're in your 20s, it's all right. When you're 71, you're like, damn, I wish my 25-year-old self would have saved, because now I'm freezing. Like, believe me, you will. And I know, listen, I'm not saying that everybody in this room is rich, and you're all students, you're all broke. I get it. I used to be a broke student. But could I have been smarter with my money? Yeah. Should I have spent less on dollar shops on Wednesdays? Yeah. Should I have gone to one less spring break? Listen, traveling, well, just be honest. Traveling, spring break, all those things are important. You should make good memories, do all those things. I didn't need to spend all that money on going to Cancun. I was already in Cancun. I didn't have to spend another $3,000 on drinks and whatever the fuck I was spending in Cancun. I didn't need to do that. Correct? I didn't need to do that. Go ahead. Also, something that I tell everybody, mind your damn business. What that means is start a business and mind it. Right? Start a business and mind it. Whatever it is, I don't care what it is. Like I said before, if you like carving wood ponies out of sticks, carve wood ponies. Go ahead.
Sorry, I will ask a lot of questions. If I start a business like a daycare,
Yeah.
can I do a daycare as an operation?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
You have so many expenses, are you kidding me? Yeah. Daycare and homeschooling is actually one of the biggest. That's why there's so in ethnic communities, you will find 600 daycares. Every abuela, every babushka, everything has a daycare. And hair salon, because there's not a lot of overhead, you don't have to get a degree to do it, and there's tons of expenses, right? So it's a really good way to lower your taxable expense. And you can hire your children to work for you. And it's not violating any child labor laws. As long as they are yours, I can't hire your kid, but you can hire your kid.
Okay. 3 more years. Don't worry.
Sorry?
3 more years.
Yeah, there you go. Start training them now. So I was saying, taxes and social engineering, like, this is the emotional intelligence part of it. Like, please don't, whatever